Hey guys, welcome back to the Tudor house tutorial. If you haven't noticed, I spruced up the place. Get it? Spruce trees. Anyway, we're going to continue with the second floor of this house. So, I just pretty much, from the last video, I added more flower pots and leaves. I changed all my floors to how I wanted them and fixed up a little bit, but we're pretty much going to every corner. You need the dark wood, and then from then you're going to work your way inwards, skipping one space. We do it this way instead of just checkering across because sometimes the walls don't add up. Like over here, it doesn't add up, so if you checkered, then you wouldn't have the dark on the corner, and then it just looked kind of weird. Of course, you could just go with the whole checkered right across if that's what you like, but I prefer the dark on each corner. And this isn't a problem. It defines where our window has to go for that wall. But I believe the rest of the house is lined up correctly. It all depends on how your bottom floor was lined up when you built it. And then right here, for the next color, we're going to use a lighter wood. But on the inside, if there's a white corner, I kind of prefer to throw in a wood beam. I just like it better. Like right here, there's going to be two light wood colors, so the wood beam goes there as well. And you're just pretty much going to fill in the rest of the empty spaces with the birch. Or even the cream if that's what you picked in the beginning. But you can go with any color you want. I just like the way it offsets, because the ground level is just kind of gray, and then up here's where all the color gets added. Once you have all that, you're going to repeat the same thing. I'm just going to copy to save time, but you're going to repeat that checker pattern. So the whole wall is going to be 4 tall total. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now that we have it 4 tall, we're pretty much going to cut out where we want our windows, and this pretty much tells us which wall we want to put the window in for over here. You want to cut out the whole thing and try to keep the dark wood on each side of the window. Now for the front, I like to have 2 windows, one on each side, because it kind of stands out better. I try not to have the windows on the corner pieces, so I'll just jump in right here and throw a window here. And then maybe I'll do the same for the other side. I try to keep them at least 3 wide to 5 wide if I can, because if they're too big, then it's just one huge window and I don't like the way it looks. But if they're too small, then it can look bad too. Like if it's just one here, that might be okay, because you could do multiple windows like this if that's what you wanted. I don't care for those because I'm just like the big windows. And for this wall, I'm going to do a big 5 of 1. And after you've got where all your windows are cut out, that's all I'm going to do to just show you how to do it and keep it faster. But you're going to pick your dark wood and you're going to fill up the top bar so we have the whole solid top wall covered. Now after that, you're going to take your stairs and you're going to make sure that they're pointing inwards, and you're going to use the dark wood. You could do it so they're pointing outwards, which will give you a windowsill on the inside. Problem with that is it looks really tall right here, and I don't like the way that looks, but it's all about the preference. So whichever you prefer, you go ahead and use. Now after you have that, you want to do the same thing but across the whole top row. And you want to make sure to get the right in front of the support beams too. Now after you have that, you're going to put the next 2 down under the support beam stairs. Those are going to be full blocks. This will kind of pronounce the windows out and make it look overall better. And the next thing is you're going to put the 2 stairs upside down. You could leave it there, but what I like to do is I like to go ahead and break these bottom ones and add more, because it adds a little tab at the bottom there, and I think that just adds a little bit more because it looks like it's actually built together and strong instead of the top floor just sitting on top of the rock. So after you do that for all of your windows, then we just go ahead and add the glass right in. For the glass, any color you really want. I prefer the gray, like I said in the last video. The lines in the glass don't actually look half bad in this window, in the upstairs. Then again, you're going to do the ladders just like the bottom floor. Then after you have all of your windows and stuff, you're going to take your half blocks, and where this jumps out, you don't want to do the bottom, you want to do the top. You're just going to wrap around the whole house. That way you just have a little tiny bit of birchwood peeking out every piece. In front of the windows, you want to leave those blank and jump across and keep going. Now of course you'll probably have windows in the back, but I didn't, just to save a little bit of time. But you pretty much wrap around the whole house. Once you get back here, then you're going to do the same for the top, except for you're going to line up with the bottom half of the block. And because Total Miner is a bit weird with it, like the block always goes on the top, I have to use some marker blocks to set them on. That way you have the birch wood peeking out of the top as well. See, that looks a whole lot better now. And then here is a game of choice. You pretty much either posts or fence, whatever you prefer. I like the skinnier one because it gives you a little look through there. But you want to do that on every outside corner. What I mean by that is every one that's pointing out. You don't want an inside corner there. Of course, if you want, you can go ahead and do that. I just really prefer not to because the fences grab onto the walls there. But if you're using posts, it'll be fine. You don't even have to do these, but I like them because it kind of pulls it all together. And then you could throw in your torches. I like to throw in some buttons, usually on the top block of each little birch wood. A stone piece, whatever I used for the bottom, because it kind of gives it a little extra bit. Also, if you wanted to, you could replace some of the stone with, I added mossy and I added some concrete brick. It just makes it look more old-timey, medieval kind of feel to it. And after you have all that, you're pretty much done with the second floor. You might want to go ahead and add your the floor to your attic right here, on the top row, just like before, so you have 3 spaces of walkway underneath it. I'm not worried about putting the what's the word, stairwell yet, because I don't know if I want to add it there or if I want to move it or whatever. But with all this, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and we'll do the roof in the next video. So if you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and leave a comment with what you'd want to see in another video. Thanks for watching.